Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to 20 Crazy Questions with Miss Ashley. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all having fun. How about you, Miss Ashley? You ready for this?
I'm like ready, like rapid fire questions. It gets me excited. It gives me slight anxiety because I'm like, please don't say something stupid, Ashley, as you are going through this. But I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Think of it this way. Let's just pretend we're out somewhere having a drink and chatting about whatever pops in our head.
That's right.
That's it.
That's how we
We're just
want to look
crazy
at
like
it.
that. Oh, so tell me, do you have any guilty pleasure music? And if so, what is it?
Ooh. Okay. If guilty pleasure music for me is like musical theater soundtracks. So my current favorite right now is Epic, like musical saga. One, I love that one so much, and I binge listen to it more than I probably should.
It's beautiful. Who would you love to see in concert?
Ooh, I've had the pleasure of seeing so many people. There is an independent female artist by the name of Lauren Sanderson. She does more like hip hop, like R&B rap kind of style music, but I love it so much. I would love to see her in concert.
Beautiful. And thanks for the plug so we can go check her out too as well.
Yes.
Finish this line. Today, my favorite song is
If It Weren't for the Wind by Ella Langley.
It's a really good song. What's one artist or band you would love to hang out with?
Ooh, it would be fun to hang out with. Um,
Have to be high
Little Big
energy.
Time was like Little Big Time was like one that came to mind. Like I would just love, I think they'd be a cool hang, and then like just be able to pick their brain about like all the stuff that they've done over the years. Plus I love their music too, so just to hear them in person would be amazing.
I could agree with that. That'd be awesome. So it's out there in the universe, right? We're putting all this great stuff out there, so it happens. And
That's right.
if you could tour with anyone, who would you want to tour with?
I would love, and I've said it since I was young, I would love to get on a tour with Carrie Underwood. Because to me, like she's my biggest idol, that I've always looked up to. And that would just be like, that would be a moment. I'd be like, all right, life, I did it. Little Ashley's excited inside.
Okay, so 2026, the Carrie Ashley tour is coming. Feel it.
That would be a rockin' melt your face kind of concert. I'm sorry, it would.
I would just like a backstage pass so I can come talk to y'all and, just, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Just to come talk.
I would hook you up. I would do it.
Well, thank you. Now, if you could write with anyone, who would you want to write with?
Um, Ashley McBride actually is one of the ones that comes to mind. I think she has such amazing songs that she writes.
I would agree with that. Love her writing. Okay, so pre-show rituals, anything you have to do? Like, is there a certain, like, I won't say a soda you have to drink because, most people don't drink soda before they go on stage. But food you have to eat, anything, any silly?
I try not to eat too much. And I don't eat anything like spicy or crazy like that. That is like having to burp while you're on stage. But for me, I always like to make sure I get some sort of vocal warm up. And I actually like to do like a physical warm up, almost like I'm gonna go work out. Because I find if I don't, with as much as I move around and stuff, my muscles hate me and my feet hate me. So like I try to give myself the best start possible by making sure everything's like warm and good. And then my band and I kind of have, like the all hands in powwow, on three. We kind of do our little thing before the show too. So like all those things are like little pre-show staples that I like to make sure I do.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for sharing them. So, Apple or Android?
I'm an Apple girly.
It's all good. It's all good. Everyone picks on me because I'm the Android and the green text. Everyone says, you have the green text on our. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I hear you.
You're like, yeah, just stop.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I like my camera better. Just saying. Great cameras. That's all.
Hey, I'll give you that. My dad's an Android person and he has the best like phone cameras out of all of us and stuff. So like I get it. I get it.
If you owned a bar, what would you call it?
My brain's like nobody's ever asked me this question before. I don't know if I've ever thought about it before. Um, I mean, to like I guess pick like some of the easiest hanging fruit. Because most people name their bars after like their songs if we're looking at like Nashville and Broadway. I think Tumbleweed would be like a really fun like bar name for like a Western honky tonk kind of place.
Absolutely. That'd be a great name. If you had a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be?
Probably like gasoline and like or diesel because ain't nothing making me cry more than when I pull up to the pump and have to fill up my tour bus and stuff.
Truth, truth. Having an
Yeah.
RV, same difference. It's the same. Yeah, it's you're like, whew, I just put that much money in there for going. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like 5 miles to to the gallon.
Ellen, yep.
It's like we always say about every 5 miles, just throw a $5 bill out the window, and that's about what it's like to fill that thing up with fuel. Oh goodness.
So tell us something on your bucket list.
Ooh, it's something that's always been on my bucket list, and I'm like ever so slowly chipping away at is visiting all the national parks in the United States.
Beautiful, beautiful. Are there any that you would recommend if someone hasn't gone to? I mean, I've been to a lot myself, like Yosemite, like most of the Western ones. Obviously some of the Eastern ones, but is there any that you would recommend that they have to check out?
I call it cheesy, but like truly up in Tetons in Yellowstone have been such beautiful experiences. And obviously, I usually go up to Wyoming and up that way like every year to do shows. So at some point, we end up having to either drive through just to get out of the state or, we get the chance to visit. And it's just so stunning. Like if you wanted to truly disconnect and just soak up like the raw, pure beauty of Mother Nature, like that is one of the best places I think to go.
I agree. That's one of my favorites. In fact, we were able to take the dogs up to watch the geysers, right? So Old Faithful. And I was a little nervous because I'm like, I don't want them freaking out, but we had them secure and we're sitting at one of the benches way back, far away. And you can feel the rumble, it's coming. And my one dog is sitting up like, it's happening, it's happening. So I had to take her picture with it. Like she's like all excited for it. And the other ones are like, what the heck is going on? Get us out of here. And I'm like, okay.
Right?
It
Yeah.
was hysterical though. Speaking of animals, if you were an animal, what animal would you be?
I'd probably be a horse if I'm being real honest.
Oh, any particular reason why? Just that you love them, or
I mean, I love them. I mean, at the same time, like, horses, I like they're big, strong, majestic, and beautiful, but also at the same vein, they have like really goofy sides, and they're like the biggest scaredy cats that God put on this planet. So like it's like a balance. I go from having like my moments where I'm like, I am majestic, I am awesome, to then being like, I'm a goofy goober. Yeah, which is very horse like
yeah.
energy. So
Oh, if your life were a reality TV show, what would it be called?
it would probably be something along the lines of like chaos with the Winelands. It's just one of those things. My family, we all laugh because we always joke that we would make for great reality television. We just probably, with as bland and like blunt as we are, probably couldn't be put on cable television. So yeah, it's wild what happens sometimes, and we're all have such like big crazy personalities. It is chaos, but it's fun. We keep each
Fun
other on our
chaos.
toes. Yes.
Oh, well, that's definitely, I'd probably watch that one. I'm not a big reality TV show person, but I'd watch.
I have a feeling a lot of people would watch it. They would probably be like, wow, I feel better about my life, because like it's not that chaotic. Which is, I feel like the like point of reality TV is you watch it and you're like, I'm messed up, but I'm not that messed up.
I didn't really think of it that way until you just said that. I was like, oh, good point.
Yeah.
Should toilet paper hang over or under?
For me, I don't care. It doesn't send me into a tizzy if it's hung either which way. I know people argue that like the OG diagram for the paper roll holder has it going over. So I guess over. But for me, it's like just put the roll on, and as long as you can pull toilet paper off of it, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, well, Miss Ashley, I know I probably asked you this before, but I'm going to ask again. Hypothetically, if I need to hide a dead body, hypothetically, do you know a good place?
I feel like I'm not the best person. Like my bass player, Aurora, she's the one who listens to all the like murder mysteries and stuff like that. Probably have a better answer than I do. But I mean, honestly, your best bet, I mean, if you're out here in Arizona with me, is to like go drive off on some like BLM out like way out middle of nowhere, dig a 6-foot hole, throw it in there, call it a day. That to me would be like, at least it's going to take a really long time for somebody to find it just because of how far out you'd have to go into the desert to go. It's like narrow it down. But yeah.
Oh, that's a great place. Although I have this feeling like someone would get lost coming back from the desert, like they'd be like trying to get a search party, like satellite phoning or something, like
yeah, you never
incriminating
know.
yourself already. If you were arrested, what do you think it would be for?
It would probably be because somebody started a fight with me and I won so well that I had like some really nasty like assault charges put on me or something. I like to think I don't give the authorities a reason to ever come after me. But if they did, it'd probably because I was holding the line and I did it so well that they were like, we just have to take you in. Because at this point, like everybody's to blame,
Yep. Yep. Oh, tell us, what is the strangest thing in your fridge?
What would be the strangest thing in my fridge? I guess like the fig preserves that I have in there. I'm not like a crazy eater by any means. But that's like something unusual that I know most people don't typically have in their fridge that I have in mine.
Perfect. So I know if I'm coming out, I know what I can eat.
That's right.
Tell us something you would never do.
Oh, this could be taken like a wide range. On like the more silly side, something that I would never do is I see it all the time at like Sam's Club. People who pull their gas line like over their car so they can put it into the other side instead of just staying in the lane where they pull up to the gas pump and they just take it and it's right there. I personally don't. I would never. There's something about it. I don't know what it is that it sits weird with me.
Yes,
And
yes.
I
I've done
would
it once or
rather wait.
twice, but it was weird. It was really weird. Like I feel very awkward. I'm holding this thing, and not that it doesn't have enough leverage, but I'm like, this is awkward.
I was shooting a bunch of videos the other day with my team, and I had to fill up the car we were traveling in with gas, and we were on like a time crunch, and I ended up having to be one of those. And I was just like, yeah, there's a reason why it like kind of gives me the ick. And I'm like, I never want to do this again. It's something so stupid, but like, there's just something about it that I'm like, no.
Yep. I agree with you. That shouldn't be an option. We should not allow that option. Like it's like
Yeah, like I said, I'd rather wait longer and just pull up to the pump.
oh. Okay, so if you were ruler of the world, who would you want to be your top advisor?
Oh God. Jesus. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, that's a lot of responsibility. Ain't nothing else that the good Lord able to give me proper advice on how to manage all of that.
That would probably be the best top advisor. And that you'd probably be like, yeah, just let that go.
Like, I
It'll
don't think
self
there's a
out.
single
Yeah.
person on this planet who's well equipped to manage the world,
Yeah. Yeah. So are there any words of wisdom that you live by that you'd like to share with us?
There's a couple like phrases I like to remind myself, particularly being in music, patience is a virtue. I'm especially one of those people that's just like, come on, let's go. Next thing, like, let's do it. Let's do all the things. And it's like, things don't move that fast, or you want things to come sooner than, they're intended to. And every time I've always tried to like jump the gun on things, it's always come to bite me in the rear end. So it's like some things just need more time to play out than what my ideal timeline would be. So patience is a virtue. It will pay off for you to wait for things to come. Not to say stop working and stuff, but like just give things time. Has honest to God been the biggest one in just all facets of life. But yeah, especially being in music, I'm constantly like given that lesson over and over and over again.
I think that's so true. Like that is just in everything. Like, yeah. It has been a pleasure having you on, Miss Ashley. And you are welcome back anytime. And even if you just want to come back and do crazy questions one day, you're like, hey, I just wanted to answer some crazy questions again.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. These are questions I don't usually ever get asked. So it's fun to have the opportunity to answer them. Obviously, give people a very well insider look as to who I am as a person and everything like that. And of course, if you watch this and you haven't had the chance, go watch the actual interview of us talking about like all the more music related things that I've had going on. Make sure to go check that out as well. And of course, you can find out more information about me at ashleywineland.com. Make sure to give the Crazy Women of Country podcast a follow. And yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I think I need to have you back more often because I don't have to say any, like at the end here, I can just end and wrap up and you just did it all. I'm like, okay, this is perfect.
I got you. Yes.
And Miss Ashley's links will be in the descriptions and on our website, and make sure you go check her out. We'll see you next time, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Bye. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.